What's going on, guys? The Ironcane here, back for another Dragon Ball The Breakers video, and we are in the Hollywood setup. I gotta move back a little bit. Okay, so we have some new news on the second anniversary / the 7th season of Dragon Ball The Breakers. We now have 3 hints in total, and I think at this point we are starting to whittle things down. At this point, just kind of refresh everybody. The Raiders that were in contention to, being up for grabs was Cooler. Cooler being the one that we thought was most likely based on the hints that we currently were given. Then it was potentially Jiren. Jiren and the Pride Troopers. I know people kind of question how that will work, but we'll get to that once we get more into the video. And then last but not least being the Gammas and Cellmax, who I've been pretty much speculating since the first anniversary. So that being said, let's go ahead and look at the 3 hints. One is just recent, and the second I haven't shown you guys yet, or at least didn't make a video dedicated to it. So let's go ahead and check it out. Alrighty, so our latest hint is going to be Civilian Testimony A. So Civilian Testimony A is the first civilian testimony, obviously. So the way that they are doing it this time, I don't know if they did it this way for other Raiders. You guys have to correct me if I'm wrong. But as you can see, we have a survivor testimony, and now we have a civilian testimony. Not entirely sure if they have done both prior or if it was always just survivor testimonies. But that's why I think some people were confused by this. So this is from the perspective, obviously, of the civilian. So here we have, just when I thought I was going to be attacked. So what does this mean to me? I presuming that what they're trying to tease or hint here is that just when the civilian thought they were going to be attacked, they were actually saved, right? So in this instance, kind of going through the Dragon Ball roster, what antagonists are antagonists but actually good guys, right? Now you write that down, that immediately scratches Cooler off of the list, just because Cooler is not going to be going around saving people. It really wouldn't make much sense for him to do that. So honestly, I think at this point we can pretty much just guarantee that this was not in reference to Cooler. If anything, honestly, it might be the case that this Sheem, this glimmer that we're getting for the 7, it could mean it is referring to MUI Goku. So let me go ahead and pull that up. So I don't know if you guys think this is a little bit of a stretch, but it is possible that this little glimmer here, although it's not, 1 for 1, this could be the reference that they're trying to do here, like something similar to a UI Goku, right? So it's possible. It's possible. And now if we look at the first hint that I think I mentioned in another video, but I didn't really go in depth on it. I really just wanted to wait for another hint. Because honestly, I think some people were talking shit about this hint, saying that it doesn't really give that much information. I think this is borderline telling us who the Raider is, personally. I think this is borderline telling us who the Raider is, where this doesn't really give us that much information. This is saying not having enough made things really tough. Now, some people are saying this could be Senzu beans. This could be referring to just general fighters in a battle, for people kind of hoping and coping for TOP and the Pride Troopers being the Raider. It's possible that maybe they're referring to actual fighters, and then people have been knocked out and whatnot. People are also saying for Senzu beans, this could apply to a lot of things. I think Senzu beans was an issue in the Cooler movie, Metal Cooler anyway. I'm not entirely sure about that. I mean, I just was reading the comments. I haven't seen the movies. I apologize. Superhero I did see, and obviously Gohan dropped the Senzu bean, and I was like, a haha funny moment that he can't catch or whatever. But we kind of just look through here to see what people are saying. A lot of people still seem to... I really don't know about Omega Shenron. I just personally am not a huge uber fan of Omega Shenron. I know we just got GT, and people are thinking maybe that's leading into getting Gogeta 4, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, I mean, and then the Shenron and the Shadow Dragons, right? And just 7 Dragon Ball, stuff like that. I don't know if they plan on doing something cute with that. 7 Shadow Dragons, I believe. Again, I didn't also watch GT, but I'm assuming there's 7 Shadow Dragons. But I saw an abridged thing of GT. But yeah, so with this here, just when I thought I was going to be attacked, I think this was referring to an antagonist, someone that isn't purely evil. And the way this could work with the Gammas is that the Gammas aren't evil, right? They are going to be eliminating survivors, because the way they could have that sense, excuse me, is that the survivors, they could be under the impression that the survivors essentially are working under the Capital Corporation, who the Gammas at the time were given bad information, thinking that anybody, attached to the Capital Corporation, was a threat and they needed to be taken out and kill them. Where civilians, normal civilians, they wouldn't kill them, they would just straight up save them, right? And the only other, like, antagonists, and arguably you can even argue that the Pride Troopers aren't really, like, true antagonists, they were just, like, contenders in the TOP. It was just like a battle of survival. Nobody was really like evil in that, I guess, besides like Frost and like I guess like Frieza at a certain point. But yeah, beyond that, like most people were pretty chill in the TOP. They were just fighting to like win essentially. So I feel like for that making sense, honestly, I feel like it's really narrowing it down between Jiren and the Pride Troopers and Gammas and Silmax. Now, if you think about it, honestly, for both of those choices, this silver, the shining silver, doesn't really mean all that much, doesn't really like give us that much information. And again, if we look at the other hints, give me one sec to pull that up. If we look at season 5, the 5 actually did what it was a hint within itself, because it showed us a shadow of the 5, kind of like teasing Goku Black there. And then for Baby, they did this red 6, kind of trying to convey that corruption message here. So although, this one isn't as obvious, it is true that the number is an indication of what the Raider is supposed to be. It's just a matter of now, with these 2 other hints that we have, which they are going to be doing more of, by the way. This one came out on Friday, so we should be getting another one every 5 days or so, unless they're doing it every Monday and Friday. If that's the case, we'll see. And I'll cover them. I'll probably cover them every 2, just because they do at least 4 to 5, because it's not all attached to the Raider. Because some of them they do for the survivor skins. Like I think for season 5 they did one like something about a ship or UFO, and that was teasing Jocko, right? So not all these are tied to the Raider, but I do believe the number specifically is actually tied to the Raider. So not really having enough made things really tough. This could mean a lot of things in the context of the game. This could mean cubes. This could mean survivors. This could mean Senzu means and whatnot. Kind of scrolling through in terms of like what people were thinking. Everybody was kind of joking content. Not having enough made things really tough. I thought that was pretty funny. I think I also made that same joke myself. I think people are just kind of memeing here. I could look at my quote retweet, because I think people were giving a little bit more thoughtful input instead of just memeing on the Breakers Twitter there. Yeah, so underneath my post, we'll see what people were saying. Oh, yeah, truth being funny there. Lack of Dragon Balls. Knight was speculating for Shadow Dragons and Omega Shenron. So, yeah, somebody said Jiren. Yes, actually, people didn't really say too much for this one, unfortunately. So I think it was the other one that we did, that I quote retweeted. Yeah, so I say here that seems like the Civ here is saying that they were being saved. I'm assuming by the Raider in this case, which really does help for people wanting Jiren / DOP or Gammas / Cell Max. Obviously, Gammas would not be doing the saving. Or obviously Gammas would be doing the saving. I'm sorry, because I feel like some people would be like, actually, Cell Max would not be saving the civilians. Like, fucking obviously, dude. Referring to the Gammas. But anyways, yeah, like this is something that someone's like kind of speculating, which could be really cool. I think my controller just turned off. These hints suck. Ironcane 7 could be referring to 7 Dragon Balls / Shadow Dragons Universe 7, only referred to as this during the TOP arc. References Jiren and Pride Troopers as the Raider saving civs, thinking Z fighters were corrupt. Yeah, so the 7 could be referring to a bunch of things. Typically, it is in reference to the Raider. I think this is also in reference to the Raider. It's really tough for the first survivor testimony, because this is so fucking vague. It's really tough to make out, and that's why I didn't make a video out of this. Like, I could not find a way to, like, I needed something more. So I really think that this hint is the juice that kind of will get, like, the wheels kind of spinning. So this one, I kind of leave it to y'all. What you guys think in terms of what this could mean in terms of the Raider? I think, this is referring to the Raider, unless you guys think in any way this could refer to survivors doing something. Like, I mean, I don't really think that would make any sense. But just to clarify, these testimonies can refer to the survivor skins as well. So just keep that in mind. But I feel like this makes more sense that it would be referring to the Raider in this case. And with that, I think it's just really in between the Gammas and Jiren, because this, I feel like this really rules out Cooler, man. But it's odd because I feel like we should be getting Cooler. We should be getting Cooler because we have that map reference to Big Eddie Star, and just like to never capitalize that is very odd. But also like Dime is around, so I don't know when the fuck we're ever going to be getting Cooler. So if we don't get Cooler now, we probably won't be getting him for a while, unfortunately. I think Jiren would be great, you know, with the rest of the Pride Troopers. I think that could be a lot of fun. I think being able to play as the other Pride Troopers would be really cool instead of just playing as one Raider. I think would be very interesting because we don't have that many Raiders in the game where you're playing as multiple characters besides, like, I guess Vegeta, the Ginyu Force, and I'm blanking, and I guess like Boo technically as well. And then Gammas would be cool as well. Obviously they could start the level 1 off with, excuse me, almost threw it in my own mouth. They could start off as Hedo, 2 Gammas, then Cell Max, or the 2 Gammas, Cell Max, and then like Damage Cell Max or something like that. I don't know, whatever they want to do. Or they could even do Magenta as like a level 1 or something like that. And then Cooler, you know, they could do a Cooler minion. They could do, you know, just base form Cooler, final form Cooler, and then they could do metal Cooler. But yeah, y'all, with that, I mean, there's not really too much to yap about here. This is kind of like what I'm thinking in terms of like the Raider. These are the only hints that we have so far. There hasn't been any new leaks or data mines, but at this point, I'm recording this on Friday, the 8th. And Season 7 / the second anniversary starts on the 20th. So next weekend, we will be getting a live stream because not this coming week, but the following week is going to be the anniversary. So there's really not that much time left. So it's only really a matter of time, but we still have, you know, some time to like have some fun and speculate and whatnot. But at this point, I'll leave it to y'all. Do you think it's more likely to be the Gammas? Do you think it's more likely to be Pride Troopers? Do you think there's still hope out for Cooler? And are you a part of the Shadow Dragon train? I know there's some people that think it's Shadow Dragons. I personally don't agree, and personally I wouldn't like to see Shadow Dragons, but like I still think they would be cool. Again, that's just another instance of being able to play as multiple characters, you know, and then Sin and then Omega at the end, right? So, with that being said, y'all, that is pretty much the video. If you guys have any thoughts or speculations or theories that you'd like to share, please share them in the comments below. And then if there's any more hints that are revealed in the coming days, I'll make sure to make videos on them. And I'll probably wait until there's at least 2 more, because otherwise, you know, when you just have one like this, like what the fuck am I supposed to talk about? Like, not having enough made things really tough. Like what the fuck am I supposed to say? With that being said, boys, that is going to be the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and comment down below your thoughts again, and subscribe to Ironcane channel for more videos like these, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Take care, stay safe, fun. Peace out, dude. Peace out.